the judgment on financial autonomy presents a unique opportunity for local councils in Nigeria to embrace transparency and accountability. By implementing transparency measures, local councils can ensure efficient resource utilization, improve accountability, and deliver quality services to citizens. Citizens, civil society organizations, and government have now been urged to collaborate to ensure this new era of transparency yields the desired results, transforming local governance in Nigeria. For decades, local councils have been plagued by financial mismanagement, corruption, and lack of accountability, hindering their ability to deliver basic services to citizens. Now, this landmark judgment presents an opportunity for local councils to embrace transparency and ensure that resources are utilized efficiently. Well, Arise analyst Dayo joins us now to discuss the need to focus more on ensuring accountability in local councils in the aftermath of the Supreme Court judgment that granted autonomy to the grassroots. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Warm welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure of being here as usual.
All right, I want to start with, in this conversation about getting accountability to the local governments, I want to start where we ended yesterday, which is with culture. Because there's, of course, the culture of governors having the say and the control when it comes to local government autonomy. Do you think this ruling will immediately, dispel that culture?
It will not. It will not, but it's a very welcome ruling. It's a ruling that has legally divorced the one account marriage between the local government and the state government. Obviously, the state government, see, like in any divorce, they always have grapes and bad blood. The state governors and their supporters are not happy about that. But it is good for our democracy because it gives financial autonomy to the grassroots. And the grassroots is where people are supposed to enjoy maximally the dividends of democracy. So I'm happy the Supreme Court has been bold enough to do that. Now people are suspicious. People are against it, are saying that we just transfer the corruption, you get me, and the dictatorship of the state governors over the local government. But that one is not something that will happen automatically. The law is there. If anybody flouts the law, he must be asked to face the wrath of the law. This is a new law. Let us give it an opportunity to work. I am happy with it. So let's leave it at that for now. Yeah.
Now, the question of accountability and transparency when it comes to local government chairmen didn't start today. A recent report by Budget showed that between 2014 and 2024, 17.5 trillion naira was allocated to local government areas, but it remains unaccounted for. What role do you think citizens can play in ensuring that they put their local government chairmen on their toes by asking the right questions?
Now, where are they going to ask the right questions? You see, it's a statutory arrangement. And she mentioned culture, although this is not culture, and this is reputation now. The reputation of the local government is corruption, lack of accountability, and all that. Even in the editorial of today, they endorsed this arrangement, they endorsed the Supreme Court judgment, but they said more needs to be done in terms of free and fair elections. And making sure that the state electoral committee are not in charge of elections. But because invariably, wherever they are, it's the state, the party in power that wins elections. Get me? That is, I would call that legal accountability. But the place where malfeasance comes is where she has pointed out, and the figures you have rigged out. Yes, the local governments are notorious for corruption. In fact, let me use a personal example. When I graduated after national service, you see, I opted to work in the Federal Civil Service because that was the prestigious thing then. Because the reputation of the local government was very bad. Even the state government at that time, you get me? Everybody wanted to work in the Federal Civil Service because of its reputation. You get me? For honesty, integrity, accountability, and transparency. Now, you see, you can't avoid your own reputation. It follows you. But government has made this tension clear. And the Supreme Court has endorsed it, that the grassroots must have financial autonomy. Not only financial autonomy now, I'm sure they will move in the direction of electoral autonomy. So that, you see, this financial autonomy is not subverted by elections that are rigged and by governors that are not ready to relinquish autonomy and authority given the local government. But these are workable things. These are things that will emanate from legislative process. And I'm sure these legislators who are bold enough to do this will go ahead and make a law about autonomy electorally for the local governments, so that at last we can have genuine democracy where we can beat our chest that we are conducting free and fair elections and that people are accountable for the money voted in their custody for public works and services. Let's leave it at that for now.
All right. Now, very quickly before we go, there was a commitment also made by EFCC to scrutinize, the financials of the local government areas. What is your thought on this? Because EFCC, I remember when the new chair came in, we were excited by how bullish he was, but still no convictions, no finality to anything. Concerning local government areas, do you think that's where we might see some sort of breakthrough with EFCC?
Look, the mirror of investigation on corruption was not mirrored on the local governments as such. It was mirrored on the state governments. And the state governments invariably, since they are the people disbursing the funds, will submit an investigation of the local governments. But now that the local governments have the autonomy legally, you get me? The state government is not the gateway for them to access funds. So the mirror of the investigation of the EFCC will be on them. But then you see, people are so subversive in their estimation of local government, and they use it to make of this newfound autonomy, that they don't give it any chance. But I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Let corruption be abroad, but they have the autonomy. I'm getting, and you have to face the music if you violate the law. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Always appreciate your analysis here on Newsday.